Do you think we're going to have a recession? Why are they even asking that on television? We've already been in a recession since 2022. Okay, middle of July 2022, we had our second quarter of contraction, which is the classic definition of a recession. If you listen to the media, they'll ask as if maybe it will be happening, implying that it's not happened already. It has happened already. We're already in a recession. We're in a prolonged recession. And guess what? That's the definition of a depression. Okay, if you have a 3-year recession, typically, or 10% in a year shrinking of GDP, that's a depression, and we're teetering on that. I would argue we're already in a depression because what they've done is hide it through inflation by printing a bunch of fake money and throwing it in the room while we all run around like rats gobbling it up. We can count those dollars and say, look, everything's good. No, it's not good. You're counting fake dollars along with the good dollars and deluding yourself into believing everything's rosy. No, it's not. My advice, hunker down, treat this world like you're in a depression, okay? What do? You work like your life depends on it. You love and you fight like your life depends on it, okay? Put some backbone into this thing. How did people get through depressions? How should you survive what's going on right now and what's coming your way? Well, number one, what a lot of people did, the front yard, they moved back. People went back to rural America because at least there was milk and there was meat. How did people survive? Well, they either went to the source of milk and meat or they just did without. People ate a lot less meat and drank a lot less dairy during the Great Depression. They also wore secondhand clothing. They neglected dental care. They neglected health care because it was a luxury at that point. Not everybody could afford to go get a filling taken care of. People actually simply just pulled a tooth out and got on with life. This is how they dealt with it. Another way that people dealt with it was what they called escapism. They didn't have smartphones, but they got into books, radio, they got into movies. They had not television at that juncture, but this was a way of coping. Liquor, dancing, socializing, things like this is how, they got through this. And so if you want to survive this, if you want to thrive during this, get on your smartphone here, scroll around and ask, how did people survive the Depression? What did people do? Look at that very template, and you might want to pick up a few tips there. Another thing they did was they put 3 generations under one roof. That means they built the mother-in-law quarters and stuck grandma in it, or the kids. They moved in people, rented out rooms, and you're seeing a lot of that right now. Rooms for rent, Airbnb, and all this kind of stuff. 3 generations under one roof. This is nothing new. This is basically your inner animal kicking into survival mode. So pick up your smartphone before you watch cat videos. Ask, hey Google, how did people survive the Great Depression? And you might want to at least use that as a starting point to figure out how you're going to not only survive but thrive in this new world that we're in. I love you. I hope you're okay. Take care. God bless.